everybody, it's me, Edward Jones, back with a new video. This video is about something I noticed about the way food is treated nowadays. Now I know I've done plenty of food videos before, but I decided to do this one to inspire some thought and something that people may do, even fellow preppers, that they may do in their day-to-day routine. I was at work not too long, about an hour ago, maybe 2 hours ago, and someone brought back a dish. I was supposed to get cleaned. What I do is I normally toss out a lot of trash, like papers and stuff like that. But a lot of times I'll see food that hasn't even been finished, tossed out. Now I wonder sometimes if it was maybe the food wasn't prepared to their liking, but even so, this is something I've actually noticed for years. I remember being inside a restaurant in the Vista, and I saw a waitress carry back. It was like it was a big burger, and it looked like only maybe 3 bites taken out of it. And I was looking, I said, I don't understand that. Don't people realize how important food is? And so, as I was at work not too long ago, as I was pushing the food away, I could have eaten that piece, or I would have eaten that piece. It may have been just a small piece of bread, but that's still food. And then the line came to my mind, and I think it should encourage some thought. What I have right here is, just some pizza crust. This is what I brought home. I had to stop off at a pizzeria close by my house, and it reminded me of the line that ran through my head. And essentially, I know a lot of people, they throw out, pizza crust, because they've eaten the pie. Why deal with the crust? The line that ran through my head was, the piece of bread that you throw out today may be the same piece of bread you pour yourself out tomorrow. Let that sink in as I finish this. The piece of bread that you throw out today may be the piece of bread you pour yourself out tomorrow. What that means is, the way you overlook food in the smallest sense when things are okay, maybe the same amount of bread that you would do in unsound acts to gain. Just a small piece of bread like this that normally gets tossed in the trash. I'm not going to toss that in the trash. I'm going to finish it. I just noticed that food nowadays is treated as if it was trash, which in a sense can be seen as a blessing. But that just shows you have an abundance of something that that sustains your life. But if it's not treated appropriately, there may be a time where just this, you may do unheard of things in order just to get this. You may attack someone. You may murder someone. You may allow other individuals to do things to you just for this. And you see, this is it seems like nothing nowadays, but in a time where this can mean life or death. Some people can do unheard of things just for a piece of bread, just for a crust of a pizza. And it also goes back to the whole thing about the EBT glitch. And I saw a video not too long ago about how shelves were just stripped bare, and these are and because there was no limit, it is stealing. Now it's like, imagine people will do that at a time like this. Because in America, things are looking bad, but they're not as bad as they could be. There are places where I read on this website called the title is called SHTF School, and the man there, his name is David Selko. He writes articles about how some men have prostituted their wives just to get some bread. People have people have killed each other. People have savagely beaten other people just to get very small morsels of food. And I encourage you to go check out his website. Like I said, it's called www.shtfschool.com. His name is Soko, and the title will be it's 1 Year in Hell. And it's a very good read. A lot of good articles in there, and it touches on the same topic that I'm talking about. And I'm bringing it to where I like for us to look at the habits that we have. Look at what do we throw out? What consists of our trash? Usually, for me, my trash consists of junk mail, which I even try to recycle myself. With just using the paper for my compost pile. I would tear it up into strips and having as worm bedding, things like that. Even in an urban area, I can do that kind of stuff. But think about things you throw out. Think about, and most importantly, think about the food you throw out. Me, I am guilty of it. I've had food go bad, and I had to throw it out because I wasn't able to eat it. And the one that really hurts me the most is when I throw out meat. It kills me to have to throw out. Even when I'm on the job, to see people they have to throw out perfectly good meat, just toss aside, and I think about it and I say to myself, I don't have chickens growing behind my place. I don't have cattle. I am in a sense relying on someone else's labor to supply my food. Yeah, I'm exchanging it. I'm exchanging it for cash. But I'm still relying on someone else's skill and effort to produce food that I consume that helps keep me alive. That pretty much goes back to why I was doing the urban farming, because I like to learn how to produce my own food. Should it ever become an extreme case of shit hitting the fan. I like to know if I can make what can sustain me. Grow food, filter water, those things which are important. And so that's why I treat meat, as well as bread, but meat especially, I treat those with care. That's why I got into vacuum sealing. I've gotten into canning, and I do it because, like I said, I hate to see what people will do just for a crust. Just for pizza crust, or even crumbs. I remember reading the book Night by Elie Wiesel, and it talked about, I believe talked about how he, when they were in the cattle car being sent to, it was Auschwitz, how they were starved, and someone snuck a potato in, and I'm not sure if it was Elie who did it, but a son beat his own father to death in the cattle car to get a piece of get a rotten potato, and it was I think I was in the 10th grade when I read that story, and it spoke out to me to show the things that people will do when they're not they're not physically prepared, not mentally prepared for disaster situations. The despicable things that they'll do, just for a rotten potato. Like I said, going back to this, think about the things that a person would do for this. Think about what you would do for this. I hate to hit a point where I would have to do something horrible to just get a piece of bread. So what I do is, that's why I put back food, but on top of that, I also have knowledge in my head as to how to grow food, how to turn things that I normally wouldn't eat on a day-to-day basis into food. I'm still learning, still new things I can learn. I encourage you guys out there who watch this video to do the same. Because remember, you don't want to be like that son in the cattle car who killed his father for a potato. And you don't want to have to do horrible things, or force your wife or your children or maybe even your husband to do horrible things just for something as simple as a piece of bread, or for for a swallow of water. That's my video. I hope it turns the gears up there. If you have any comments, criticisms, complaints, gripes, send them to me. I welcome them. All I ask you to be civil towards the other people who are watching the video. But please, truly think about it. Think of how you view this today, and imagine how you may view it down the road when this could mean this could be the line between life and death. But that's my video. I'm gonna finish this pizza crust. I'm Edward Jones, and you have a nice day.